we just paid our attention to his heart, but this time we pay our attention to his lungs.
So let's go deep into the respiratory system.
So, what is respiration? The respiratory system is something important to our body and all organisms because it powers everything in our body, including the heart and other systems. Basically, it's really important. Now, the functions of it is basically that it takes oxygen in the surrounding area through the nasal cavity and releases it as carbon dioxide, like two delivery trucks delivering oxygen and taking away carbon dioxide. And the oxygen enters through the nasal cavity, goes through the trachea. Due to the muscle contractions, it goes through deeper, and it ends in the alveoli and finally through the chest cavity. And after the chest cavity, it goes to the lungs, and the lungs basically purify the air rich in oxygen and gets the oxygen and separates oxygen and carbon dioxide and releases carbon dioxide through the exit of the mouth. So carbon dioxide releases, and now there are two types of respiratory methods: one anaerobic and aerobic respiration.
So you know that there are anaerobic and aerobic respiration. So first, aerobic respiration. It takes place as we do usually. When the oxygen is available in our environment, aerobic respiration occurs. So it means glucose is burned by oxygen to create energy. So as you can see in this equation, glucose and oxygen reacts to make energy, and as byproducts, water and carbon dioxide are produced. So and also next in anaerobic respiration, it takes place when oxygen is not available. When it happens, oxygen is breakdown without glucose is breakdown without oxygen, and it produces alcohol or lactic acid as a byproduct. So you may think, why is this man running there? Actually, when we are doing a heavy activity or doing exercises, anaerobic respiration occurs in our muscle cells. So that's why you may feel that cramps or pains in your muscles when you are doing a heavy activity. That's because of lactic acid. So it produces only less energy than an aerobic respiration. So next, let's go into the next part of presentation.
The process of respiration. There are three ways. The first one is gas exchange with external environment. Second one is gas exchange in alveoli. Third one is cellular respiration. Let's talk about them separately. First one, gas exchange with external environment. In this, air goes to the lungs. When we breathe, air goes to our lungs. Mainly, there is oxygen gas. And the second one is gas exchange in alveoli. In this, oxygen present in the alveoli diffuses to the blood vessels, and carbon dioxide present in blood vessels diffuses to the alveoli. Third one is cellular respiration. In that, glucose burns oxygen to produce energy by forming carbon dioxide and water. Now let's move to the illnesses of the respiratory system.
So when we talk about illnesses related to respiratory system, the major disease is asthma. It occurs when our blood respiratory tract gets thick when and not allowing to go air through it. So it avoids traveling air through the tubules and your blocks your airway. As you can see in this diagram, when it happens, you may feel very hard to breathe. So next, let's move to next disease of our respiratory system.
Pneumonia. Pneumonia is when your lungs get sick and it make hard you to breathe. When you it make hard you to breathe. Imagine your lungs are like balloons, and when you get the pneumonia, your balloons fill with water, and air can't get in. And when you have pneumonia, you feel really tired, and maybe you have fever. And many people might have some chest pains and that problem with pneumonia can be caused by many things like bacteria, fungi, and viruses. To avoid them, we have to take care of ourselves and drink water. And if you have some kind of this disease, you have to go to doctor. And now we invite.
So the list was reviewed. The myth was reviewed. That means the patient has died from the pneumonia. So let's go back to the time and pay attention to his lungs so we can save his life. Thank you.